NFL rookie Shedeur Sanders makes headlines for wrong reasons during training camp. Cleveland's new quarterback draws criticism after multiple speeding tickets and faces questions about maturity. When Shedeur Sanders arrived in Cleveland, expectations were sky-high for the rookie quarterback. As the son of NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders and one of college football's most talked-about signal callers, Sanders entered his first NFL training camp with the spotlight firmly fixed on him. But just weeks into his professional journey, the former Colorado Buffaloes star is facing scrutiny that has nothing to do with his arm strength or leadership on the field. Instead, Sanders' name has been splashed across headlines for a series of off-field incidents that have raised concerns about his focus and readiness for the demands of professional football. In June, Sanders was cited for speeding twice within a short span, once for driving 91 miles per hour in a 65 zone, and again for hitting 101 in a 60. For any rookie, these are troubling lapses. For a fifth-round pick fighting to earn a roster spot in a competitive quarterback room, they could be career-defining. As training camp ramps up, every decision made by the Browns' quarterbacks is closely evaluated by the coaching staff. The competition is fierce, with veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett both pushing for the starting role, along with rookie Dillon Gabriel. In this high-stakes environment, mistakes carry extra weight. Commentators around the NFL have not held back. On The Herd, Colin Cowherd was blunt about the message the Browns should be sending. "I've said before, Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry have overcome a lot. I think they're both top 25% of the league at their respective jobs," Cowherd said. And instead of pandering, which the media constantly does with young athletes, Andrew Berry said what Shedeur Sanders did, getting 2 speeding tickets as a fifth-round draft pick as a quarterback, was dumb. Cowherd continued, "He's a fifth-round pick. They haven't invested anything in him. They could show him the door tomorrow. He's a quarterback. The standard is higher. I'm going to hold my quarterback to a little higher standard than the general public." Browns general manager Andrew Berry echoed that sentiment in a press conference, noting the importance of personal responsibility. "It's obviously just not smart," Berry told the press. "It's something that we have addressed with him. He understands the implications. He understands the consequences. I think the thing is, it's not just about yourself. It's not just about having his word. It's not just about driving your car really fast. It's about the fact that you endanger other people. It's about the fact that if a deer or someone cuts out in front of you, like your reaction time, it's just dangerous. It's not something that we want our guys to be doing. It's not something that they should be doing. The number one reason is because we don't want some catastrophic accident." Browns weigh their quarterback options. While the incidents have been a distraction, the Browns coaching staff remains focused on evaluating Sanders as a quarterback. According to ESPN's Daniel Oyefusi, Berry acknowledged that there is a scenario where all 4 quarterbacks Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, and Sanders could remain on the 53-man roster into the regular season. This preseason is crucial for the rookie, who was brought in for his talent and potential. Every rep in practice and every decision outside the facility will be under the microscope. His next moves, both as a competitor and a professional, will likely determine whether his rookie campaign becomes a story of growth and redemption or a cautionary tale. For now, Shedeur Sanders' path in the NFL remains unwritten. What is certain is that his early mistakes have made his journey in Cleveland far more challenging, and much more closely watched, than anyone might have expected. The July sun beat down on the practice fields in Berea, Ohio, but the heat in the air wasn't just from the weather. It was Shedeur Sanders. It was the cameras. It was the sudden murmur running through the rows of reporters, the whispers darting between coaches like a football snapped too soon. No one expected the rookie quarterback to be perfect, but everyone expected him to be poised. This was the son of Deion Primetime Sanders, after all. A young man who had spent his college career crafting a reputation for icy composure and clutch moments. Yet here, in the heart of his first NFL training camp, Shedeur was making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The morning started with promise. Shedeur took the first few snaps in rhythm, the ball spinning out of his hands with that confident flick everyone remembered from Colorado. But then came the overthrows, one sailing 10 feet over a wide-open receiver's head, another firing like a missile and clanging off a lineman's helmet. The sideline cringed. A defensive back grinned. "Settle down, Rook," a veteran whispered. But Shedeur didn't settle. He hurried to the next snap, eyes burning, jaw tight, eager to prove the last mistake was a fluke. Instead, The next pass was intercepted by a third-string corner who barely made the minicamp roster. The crowd of media gasped, the ball tucked into the corner's chest as he sprinted down the sideline, Shedeur giving half-hearted chase. Coach Stefanski barked a reminder to reset, but Shedeur slammed his helmet to the turf. Cameras clicked like thunder. Later, in the huddle, whispers began to swirl. Was the rookie getting overwhelmed? On the sidelines, Shedeur paced, muttering to himself, ignoring a veteran lineman who tried to pat him on the shoulder. A reporter tweeted, "Body language from Sanders concerning." Then came the incident. During a 2-minute drill, the defensive line broke through, forcing Shedeur to scramble. Instead of sliding, he attempted a flashy spin move, the kind you pull off in college but rarely get away with in the NFL. He tumbled awkwardly, losing the ball as 3 defenders crashed in. The whistle blew, but Shedeur popped up, shoving a defender in frustration. Words were exchanged. Helmets bumped. Coaches rushed in to separate them. The sideline erupted. The internet would soon follow. By lunchtime, headlines were already forming. Rookie QB Shedeur Sanders loses his cool in heated camp scuffle. Concern in Cleveland? Sanders' tough day raises questions. Shedeur sat alone at his locker, scrolling through his phone, jaw tightening as each notification appeared. He saw the slow-motion replay of his spin move looping on social media, fans debating whether he was ready for the NFL spotlight. "Man, let it go," said the veteran quarterback next to him. "One bad day don't define you." But Shedeur didn't answer. He thought of his father's words, "Make the moment yours." He thought of the expectations, the cameras that followed him everywhere, the doubt from analysts who said he wasn't ready for the speed of the pro game. And then quietly he thought, what if they're right?